Yo, what's going on, guys? It's back with another episode, well, a brand new episode of New York Rangers NHL 18 franchise mode. And ladies and gentlemen, it is about damn time. Oh my god, 3 days of editing rosters over. We are ready to begin. Let's start our career with the New York Rangers, baby. I am so excited to start the series. So excited. This is gonna be so much fun. I am ecstatic to begin this. I haven't played an offline franchise mode yet, but what I have done, I've done a couple times just to get the most accurate rosters I can get, and this seems to be the most accurate one. I went ahead and simulated through like 4 or 5, maybe even 6. Yeah, 6 at this point. I've simulated through a single season 6 times to get the most accurate playoff picture, to get the most accurate player stats and whatnot. I've done that 6 times. So this roster so far has been the most accurate in terms of the current NHL, without me making any trades or anything. In between, like just simulating through, no trades, no free agent signings, nothing. This has been the most accurate. So we're gonna give it a shot. I think it'll be nice. But let us take a looker at the New York Rangers roster. So this is the second Rangers franchise mode we've done. We did one in NHL 17, and now here we are in NHL 18, getting ready to take over again. There he is. There's one of our creative players, Cjeths. We're gonna actually send him to the minors. We got Andre Pavlich, and actually here's 3 creative players: Tyler Wall, Brendan Halverson, Adam Huska, and Cjeths. I did not create Chris Nell. I had already created too many Rangers players compared to other teams. Like, some teams got like 3 or 4 players. Like, there were some teams I really went off on. There are a couple teams that really did not have that many players. The Rangers had a lot of them because I'm, educated on the Rangers. Now, these aren't going to be the official rosters that I use for the franchise mode. If you guys want to look back at the last video I posted, it was all the creative players and whatnot. If I'm missing any players from your team that you want in the game, comment down below. We'll add them, and I'll start up a new save for our franchise mode. I'm not going to do any simulator or anything today. We're just going to set up. So yeah, just comment down below. I'll literally create everybody and anybody, so just let me know. Moving on, let's take a look at our defense. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. As you can tell, Mark Stoll, I greatly decreased him. He's down to a 78 now, which I think is right. I upgraded Shattenkirk. I think I upgraded Shea. Yes, I upgraded Shea. I gave him medium elite potential. I thought that was fair, considering that he's honestly the way he played last season. Some could argue that he was the Rangers' best defenseman. Brendan Smith. I think I boosted him 1 overall. Yeah, just about 1 overall. Holden, I don't think I touched. In the system, we have Anthony D'Angelo. Who I would like to play the NHL over Mark Stoll, to tell you the absolute truth. But I also don't see the problem in having him spend 1 more year in the minors, only because the Rangers' defense is so logged in. I mean, look at this. Barry Glazov, I put in the game. I originally had him at 78, but I dropped him down to 76 because of the way he played at Traverse City. So now he's a depth defenseman. I got Ryan Graves in there. I gave him high top 6 potential. He's actually a pretty good prospect. Highly underrated at that. He plays very well for the Hartford Wolfpack on a very poor team. The Wolfpack have not been good in a long time, and he's been a bright spot for them. As Ryan Graves, Steve Kampfer, created Neil Pionk. I did not edit Callie Anderson as much as I wanted to. He actually was doing quite well with the Wolfpack 2015 and 2016 season, but he left to go back to Sweden, and I'm not sure what he did there. So I don't know enough about him anymore to upgrade him. Vince Pedri, yes, I created Vince Pedri. John Gilmore, I didn't edit last year. I edited him, but this year I didn't. Zaborski, did not edit him. Sean Day, I really should have edited, and I think I'm going to go back and do that, because if anybody was keeping track of Traverse City or watching the games, or just been keeping track of Sean Day over the past 2 seasons since the Rangers have drafted him, he isn't like, I don't know if he's going to be that #1 overall draft pick that he was projected to be years ago when he was given an exceptional status into the OHL. But he seriously looks incredible. When he skates, his skating is men amongst boys. He's one of the best, most natural skaters I've ever seen. He just has touching up to do. He was great in the OHL last year with Windsor when they won the Memorial Cup. It was a Memorial Cup. he just has some things to work on. I think I can upgrade him a lot. Definitely that skating category. It should be at least 4 stars. His offensive awareness, all the offensive stats can be upgraded. Defensive stats can certainly be upgraded a little bit. I think I'm gonna touch upon Sean Day, just a little bit. You guys let me know down below. Anybody from Windsor that's watches the Spitfires can let me know about that one. Anyway, moving on to forwards, we got to send down Keitel for him, and I don't want Pumple on this team, absolutely not. And I will call up Dace Harnais. I know that's not how we say his name. All right, we got Zibanejad. I did not edit Zuccarello. I don't think I edited. JT Miller, I touched upon a little bit. I made him a center and gave him high top 6 potential. That's all I did to Miller. Kreider, I decreased his defensive stats and upgraded his shot a little bit, just to make sure he scores. Hayes, I don't think I upgraded. I might have. Nash, I don't think I did anything to Nash. VC, I made a little better. Grabner, I upgraded some spots and downgraded some spots. Foss, I made him a 2-way forward. I had him as a sniper for some reason. I don't really touch upon him too much. Buchnevich, I edited a little bit. Actually, I edited a lot. They had him as like some kind of goon, you know, with his body checking and aggressiveness and strength. They had that all jacked up, and they had his offensive stats quite low. So I went ahead and got rid of all that. I decreased his defensive stats a little bit, and I made his offensive stats a little bit more catering towards Pavel Buchnevich. If anybody disagrees with low elite potential and wants to make it medium elite, I could certainly do that. If you want to check out, I posted a video not too long ago, the Pavel Buchnevich versus Evgeny Kuznetsov versus Vladimir Tarasenko. I basically go over their stats and show how comparative Buchnevich's stats are to Kuznetsov and Tarasenko when they were at the same stage. In that he was in the middle of points per game, goals per game, and assists per game. He was between both of them. So if you want to take a look at that video, I put a lot of work into that one. That's a very cool video, and I'm glad I made it, because I actually educated myself a little bit while doing it. Anyways, moving on, Elias Anderson, I made him a 78 overall. Now, this is up for discussion, but the reason I made him 78 overall is because, one, I wanted him to at least have a depth forward role, because he's projected to be on the Rangers roster this season, and if he's a minor scorer and you move him up, sometimes it messes with morale. And also, besides Nolan Patrick and Nico Hischier, he's the 3rd most NHL-ready prospect in the 2017 NHL entry draft, said by every single scout ever. So if you want to just look up on that, that's why I made him 78. That way he can play on the Rangers roster, at least in this franchise mode. After that, David Desharnais, I made 1 overall better. I really was trying to give him 4th-line status, but I guess I only gave him depth forward, which is fine. I only really I think I only upgraded his offensive awareness by 1, and that was enough to get him to 78. And that is the forward goal. Let's take a look at these lines, though. This is what I'm curious to see. I don't know how we should develop these lines. Best lines. Desharnais has the better face-offs, but I want Anderson to grow, so I'm going to leave Anderson at center. Grabner, good, he's a 3rd-line scorer. They had him as a 2nd liner, 81 overall. I had to fix that up real quick. Hayes, okay. I'm actually going to put VC, I think, on the 2nd line. Actually, no. No, we'll leave that as is. Nash, Miller, Buchnevich. Yeah, that's fine. Kreider, Zibanejad, Zuccarello. Actually, the KZB line. Yeah, let's get the KZB line going. We'll put Zuccarello on the 2nd line. The highest rated Rangers forward, believe it or not. When you have him and Zibanejad back-to-back, they have Zuccarello higher. Alright, KZB. Okay, good. Alright. Take a look at the defense. Nash and Shaddy. Yeah, I love Shaddy. Oh, God, I can't wait for this season. I can't wait for the real NHL to happen. And as for Mark Stoll, you guys comment down below. Mark Stoll or Anthony DeAngelo. Y'all let me know. There's no way we can trade him or his salary unless I go full salary retention. And then maybe someone might even bat an eyelash at it, but that's about it. I could even drop his overall down even more. I could just totally tank his offensive awareness, passing, and puck control. I don't want to touch his defensive stats too much because defensively he's not even that big of a liability. It's just he's so poor offensively and he's not a great skater anymore. Physically he's kind of there, but, you know, he's nowhere near what he was prior to his concussion issues. Nowhere near it. And in the cage, of course, you got the King. Okay, and you got, apparently his best friend is Bobby Farnham. And he hates Elias Anderson, which is weird. And Andrei Pavlich is his new backup. See how he does. Okay, we'll go here. Alrighty then. We'll go best lines in Hartford. I want Nieves on the first line because they really think he's going to... They actually... I want to make him a higher overall, but I don't think it'd be realistic. But Vigneault has Cristobal Nieves fighting for the fourth line center spot on the depth chart. So I'd be interested to see how that plays out. Lettieri, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And then put Tambo right there. I don't know what the hell's going on downstairs. I got Paul Carey. Yeah, they actually just... I like the signing of Paul Carey for the Hartford Wolfpack. Because, boom, bro, he's a scorer. And he has NHL experience, which also helps. But the Hartford Wolfpack were so bad last year. They need score. They need just about everything that you could throw at a minor league team. Couple Nieves. Kovacs. I don't think Kovacs is going to fight for an NHL spot this year. He might make a cameo. That's about it. Eric Selleck. I don't know why they signed this guy. I don't think it made much sense. He's not really what the Wolfpack needed. Even Bobby Farnham, bringing him in, I didn't understand that either. Let me just make sure no like decent prospects are getting shipped right now. Garrett Noonan, yeah, he'll never be anything. Joe Whitney, they just signed. I don't know why. He's not even that great in minors. Malte Stromwall, I want to throw in there. Dawson Liedel, okay. Wow, they actually dropped Gropp to top 9 potential. That's annoying. But I guess rightfully so. In the same state of mind. We'll put Cole Schneider on the fourth line. I want to get Gropp up there. I want Gropp to grow. I'm not really too concerned with how our Hartford Wolfpack simulate. I just want the prospects to grow, so we've got to make sure that happens. Gilmore. I could have swore the Rangers released him. I did not think they signed him. I could be. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think they kept him. Matt Carey, another one. I'm not sure why he's here. Dawson Liedel, yeah, we'll leave him as is, and we'll throw a Malte Stromwall. Why not? For those of you that don't know, Malte Stromwall played on a line with Kovacs and AIK across in Sweden. Pedri, Pionk, Camphor, Bergley. I'm going to put Pionk there. And, of course, this can be changed to Mark Stahl real quick. I do want to put D'Angelo in the NHL this season. Alright. I'm not even worried about the AHL goalie. Shesterkin's starting, right? Well, actually, let me just make sure. Shesterkin's starting. Who's the backup? Huska? That makes sense. I gave Cjeths elite potential because him, Sorokin, and Samsonov have all been called future elite goalies in the NHL. I'm not doing this because of bias. I'm doing this because of what I read up on. I did a lot of research on every single one of the players I created just to make sure there was no inaccuracies in their play style and their potential. Yeah, I think that's about it. We could just wrap it up there. I suppose... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off injuries, because injuries are such a pain in the butt to deal with. If you guys want injuries on, comment down below. I can turn it back on. But just for now, I would prefer them be off. But if you want them on, hey, we're Team Cjeths. Y'all are the bosses. Alright, yeah. That will about do it for this episode. So, just a little recap. Well, it's actually moving a little bit faster than last year. Just a little recap. What I want you guys to do. Comment down below if I missed out any of your players by, in terms of creating them. So just check out the video I posted prior to this with all the players I created, all their names. So if I miss any of your players, you comment down below. I'll be sure to create every single one of them that you comment. Any overalls or potentials you want me to change, I could totally do that too. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you everybody for watching the video. If you're watching it, I certainly enjoyed making it. And I will see you all in the next one.